Hi, folks. I just want to talk to you for a little bit today and this afternoon. If you guys don't know, we were added to the Silicon Valley Business Journal's top 10 list for the best fitness centers in Silicon Valley. And that is really, really great to see. And it's thanks to this community, thanks to all of you that left us our ratings and our reviews onto our sites that made that possible. And it's been a really cool journey the past 6 years to see how we've grown and on these little kind of pieces of recognition go a long way. And I really appreciate that. And I want to thank everyone for that support. So our community is awesome. We set out to create an atmosphere where we can foster positivity and foster a place where people can feel safe and pursue just living a healthier and fitter life. And I think we've made some really great gains in that area. But on the flip side, there's always a dichotomy to things. There's always a flip side of things. And having a really strong community can also be something that sometimes doesn't lead us to the most positive outcomes. So in the very beginning of our development, we had some pockets of students where they were very tightly knit, but there were also places or groups of students that were causing things that were undesirable, I guess, behaviors or outcomes. They were just negative, and their negativity was a cancer. And I couldn't have that in our gym. I couldn't have that in our community. So, like a cancer, some of these people had to be selected out. And after that, we were pretty much drama free for a very long time, and it's been still drama free, but there's still definitely room for us to improve. And what I mean by that is now that we have a very established community, there's students that have been around for years, 3, 4, 5, 6 years now, and you've all made some very strong friendships. You hang out with each other inside and outside the gym, which is exactly what we wanted. But the downside of that is that since you're already very closely bonded, it's very hard for some of our new students coming in to either make that connection or kind of integrate themselves into classes when people are already very strongly bonded. And so I don't expect these different groups to integrate right away with new people. But what I do expect is that you're very welcoming to new students coming in. Myself and the other coaches, we do our best to make sure that students are as prepared as possible in our personal training fundamentals program before they enter the group classes to make things run as smoothly as possible, and also to make sure that both our current students and the new students are getting the best out of training as possible. But we can't expect that a brand new person who's only been maybe 15 to 20 sessions in to training to be at a level where students have been training their lifts or their progressions for years. There's always going to be a big discrepancy, and that's why we have different levels that we train at in the classes and different ways to progress and skills. But the community side of things can always be open. We train our new clients to come in to make sure that they introduce themselves, and that's one of the ways that we try to build or break down the walls when we start transitioning new clients in. And we also do plenty of transition classes to make sure that new students get a little bit more acclimated to the group class setting, the speed, and get to start to learn some new people and get to learn some names and just start to interact and stuff. But as an owner, I know that if a new client doesn't make a friend in class or doesn't make friends in the classes that are in, they won't stick around. It's just like black and white. It's something that I know that's going to happen. And so when you do have a new person in class or even a veteran in class that you might not interact with very often, all I ask is that you be compassionate. You don't know where this person's come from. You don't know their background. You don't know what kind of challenges or current challenges that they're going through, and so just try to wipe your slate clean with them. Have an open mind. Save the judgment, because judgment doesn't help anyone, and that's the number one thing that I've always tried to pass down is that there's no judgment. Only love can help another person, and that's what I'm asking. You don't have to love them. Just be compassionate, be open, and try your best to extend a hand to help these people out, because I'm pretty sure when you first started training and you transitioned to your first group classes, it was a very intimidating thing. even though for our gym, we're probably the least intimidating out of any gym that I can think of. But it's still one of those things that, as human beings, it's just going to happen, as it's just natural psychology. And so I'm asking you guys, be as compassionate as you can be as accommodating as you can be. Help us out. We're all trying to be on the same path here towards health and fitness, and it's a very, like, we see it as a lifelong journey. This journey is going to have ups and downs, and it's up to us and it's up to each other to help each other out and pick ourselves up and enjoy the journey together. That's it for today. Thanks.